Alright everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Baz, Welderfabber, and welcome to our new workshop. As you can see, it's brand new, and there's still no light, sockets, electricity, even plumbed into the building. Hopefully within the next couple of days we will get a feed, but all we really need at the moment is Little Blue. Alright, so everything that we need to make in this workshop can be built from this vehicle alone. We've got everything we need. We've got the welder, we've got the inverter, we've got everything. We're Kempy at the back there for when we do get the feed in. We've got the trailer up at my brother's shop, DTM Fabrications, who will be moving in here with us eventually over the next month or two. Hopefully in the next month really. Pro Callie's on the camera by the way this morning. Looks like he's just got out of bed. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. It is the 29th of April 2024. A day to remember for us especially. So this morning really we've got to get Cal's van unloaded with a few bits that he's got left in it. We've got to go and pick the trailer up from my brother's. We'll get some steel down here. We'll start building some trestles. I'm going to order some steel for the benches today so we can start fabricating the benches. There's lots for us to be doing. We have also got a few jobs to do on site this week, but I'm going to try and fit that in between. And I'm looking for a forklift, and I put a shout out on Instagram last night, and a guy down south offered to give us one for free. It's only a little 1.5 tonner, but it's better than out, isn't it, for now? Do you know what I mean? So I'm probably going to go down to London and pick that up this week as well. I'll take you guys with me, because he does follow me and follow me on YouTube also. I'm absolutely shattered because I didn't sleep a wink last night with overthinking everything that needs to be done. And yeah, I did go to Pete Marquis's last week to have a little chat with him about future work for us. So I think what we're better doing whilst we're messing about today and tomorrow, Cal, we'll just show the viewers that clip of me going up to meet him. Oh yeah, one thing I did forget to mention is Little Blue. The new stickers, decals. Just give you a little walk round. And a few guys that do follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this already. But some of you guys on YouTube won't be on Instagram, so here she is. Welderfabbered up. Absolutely love this van. Love the colour. Love everything about it. So big thanks to Foxy for letting me buy this. Yeah, like I said, he does want to help us, and he is helping us. So not financially in that kind of way, but in as a friend kind of way, with that kind of support when I need him to talk to about business. Now then, one thing I have noticed is there's a few fake accounts popping up of Welderfabber, yeah? Now Welderfabber does only have one account on Instagram, which we'll put on the screen now. And it only has one account on Facebook that we'll put on the screen now. Right, so I do only have them 2 accounts. So if you do see any others, please report, because it's, I'm not really that bothered, you know what I mean? It's just, some people need to get a life, don't they, rather than trying to be me. I mean, one of them's got over 1,000 followers. And it's a little bit crazy how people try and use your content to build something that isn't theirs. I find it really weird. But anyway, it is what it is. That is part of being on social media and the things that you've got to put up with. Well, in fact, if you want to take me content, but tag me in it. All right, sound. Now just take a look at this truck. Wow. Now then, Pete.
How you doing?
This is Pete Marquis, by the way, for the viewers that don't know who he is. And I'd just like to start this by saying that Pete's given me a ring, and basically you've got a bit of work for me.
Yeah, we'll find you a bit of work, do some buckets, some bits and bobs, a bit of welding, look after a crusher or two.
Yeah. So
now you're on your own.
I have a lot of people that's ringing me saying the same thing, yeah. But I want the point I need to get across to people is, I ain't going to impede anybody's work, right? So, but if people come to me asking me to do work, I will go and do their work, yeah. So, and that, at the moment, that's what's happening, right?
They're all ringing you.
So the first one's Pete here. So I thought we'd start today's chapter at Pete's house, and tell us a little bit about this truck, Pete.
So we bought this we bought it in 19 and we put it on road in 21. And I was going to have it for my 50th I was going to airbrush everybody who helped me get going in business on it.
Yeah.
For my 50th, but that didn't come off because of COVID. The year after it wouldn't come off. And then a little fella, a friend of mine, his son, unfortunately had a brain tumour. Yeah. And he got the diagnosis that they couldn't do anything with him. So I said, well, how do you know, what's his thing? Let's paint truck in his sort of like, and they can have a bit of fun with it. And that's why we made it Charlie Robinson's Charlie's Pride.
Right.
And unfortunately, the night it came out of paint, he passed away, so he never got to see it. So, but his memory will always live on it.
That's right. And
it's a nice piece of kit. It's
what
nice
a nice thing to do, though. What a nice.
But it's right. It's nice to do it for a lad, and it's good.
Yeah. For those that don't know, Pete does do a lot of charity work, don't you?
Yeah, we did quite a lot up and down. We've done a lot last 20 odd years, and this year in July we'll pass £1 million what we've raised for local charities. Yeah.
So you're doing it in a big way.
It's not me.
Helping as much people as you can.
It's not me who does it.
Yeah.
It's all the people who bring together. We just organise it, and the people. We have like a charity ball every year and a couple of other bits of news, and it's just nice to be able to, as a company in this area, to put stuff back into the local area.
Yeah. So he's only 10 minutes away from where I live, basically. And what are these down here?
These are guard dogs.
These are guard dogs.
There's 20 stone of dogs there. You don't want them getting old, do you? They pull you apart. It'd be like two tractors old here.
Yeah,
that's Barney.
Yeah.
And that one's Fred. Fred's only one. He's what? He's about 13 months old.
Wow. 14
months old. He's got a limp at the moment.
Big lads.
If we don't know you and we're not here, they won't let you in. But if you get in, you ain't going out.
Yeah, if you get in,
you ain't going out.
You ain't going out.
They'll get a leg apiece.
Now, what's this? You got some rolls and some cozzies
with a
and
few
stuff.
cars, a few bits of cars here and there. If you want to have a quick look.
Yeah, come on. Let's have a look. So I have been told that there's. Well, you had a mountain of tractors, didn't you?
I did a lot of tractors. I sold all the weight. They were bought as an investment. We rolled them over and got the money back out of them, and that's going into a farm what we're buying. But they were bought as an investment, so at the time they went.
Yeah. So you made good money on them.
Yeah, made a couple of quid on them.
Oh, we got a.
So we got that's a Cullinan. That's a nice car. Nicest car I've ever driven in my life.
This is.
I'll never be out one of them again in my life. Beautiful piece of kit.
That's a proper thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, as long as I can afford one, I'll have one.
How often do you drive that?
Well, whenever really. Not a lot, but it's just the trouble is with anything like that, it's where you put it when you go out, and you've got to know where you're going. Because some jealous, horrible, whatever.
I get it.
They'll end up ripping a lump out of it.
And that's just your everyday area?
Yeah. And then we've got Range over there that seems to have been commandeered by a certain person. She's running around in it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I've not been in it since Christmas.
So Mrs. has took it.
Something like
that. Yeah.
And then we've a couple of rollers in here.
Oh, you got a nice pad here, Pete.
It's all right. It was derelict when I bought it.
Was it?
There was nothing left of it. More or less dropped down. This were nurseries, and these were greenhouses down. They all fallen down.
That were greenhouses there?
Yeah, and them trees have been planted in between them.
Yeah.
So we pulled the greenhouses down, and we dug that bit of a pond there.
There you go.
It's been a nice thing. A couple of rollers in here as well.
Flipping heck. How old's that thing?
That's a 1926, 1926 Phantom 1, 46 horsepower.
What, 1926?
Yeah, it's nearly 100-year-old, 98-year-old.
And it runs and drives right?
It drives like a bobbin. It's fantastic little thing. Well, big thing really.
What's this thing?
That's a Dawn convertible.
Dawn convertible.
I used to have a Bentley convertible. It weren't big enough. We did quite a lot of wedding cars.
Yeah.
And Bentley weren't big enough it back for wedding cars.
Right.
And then Phantom.
Phantom.
What everyone knows is a Rolls Royce, isn't it? Phantom.
Yeah.
Bit ostentatious, but nice car. That was the first one I bought. And I'd always promised myself from being a kid when I started, I would buy one. Long story short, we used to farm, my grandparents farmed, and my dad took the farm on. Mum and dad got divorced when I was about 10. My mum left. My dad, we lost the tenancy on the farm then. My dad hit the bottle, drank everything we owned.
Yeah.
And I remember going home with a letter for a skiing trip from school and give the letter to my dad, say, skiing trip. He said, can't afford that, lad, forget that, we're not going on that. Yeah. And I went up to my room that night, sulking. Not hating him, but sulking as you would. And I vowed to myself in that room that night, by the time I was my dad's age, which had been 46 at the time when I bought that, by the time I was my dad's age, if I had any kids to go anywhere they wanted in the world, and I would have a big house with a gravel drive and a Rolls Royce.
There you go.
And then we bought it.
There you go, what a mum.
And that's that.
Huh?
And that's where, that's why we ended up buying
that there, would you hire that out for like I've got a kid to take to a prom?
Yeah, we do a lot of proms, yeah. We hire them with drivers, like, but we'll sort it out, that's not an issue.
Right, I will sort that off.
We do a lot of proms.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one's a proper old thing, that belonged to father of John F. Kennedy, that in America, in its day.
Father John F. Kennedy?
Yeah, when John F. Kennedy was a kid, that was a family car.
Wow. So that brings him a lot more value to it.
Yeah, the provenance of it is well worth the...
Let's go and look at these cozzies, because that's what I'm more interested in. Because I had
more your era.
I had an Escort cozzy when I was a kid. I had an RS Turbo, and then I started getting into M3s. Do you know what I mean? And then Evo 6s, Lancia Deltas, and all that. And Mitsubishi Evo 6 I had. Oh. Now then, now we're talking.
Yeah, there's smart things. Bunch of English pals we bought between us. Nice things. That is.
Well, I've had an Escort cozzy. I had a white one.
That's still a very fast car.
Yeah.
Very fast car.
Is it standard? Is it tweaked?
It's been tweaked a little bit. That's very standard. That RS 500.
Is that an RS 500?
Sure is, yeah.
Wow. RS 500. Escort RS Turbo.
RS Turbo, yeah. Mustang Bullet, brand new that. It's not done any miles, it's only driven from MZL Short Docks to here.
Brand fire new?
Brand fire new. About a 10 mile hot clock.
Wow.
Mount 2, Focus Mount 2.
There's a few quid sat in here, isn't there? Huh?
Yeah, you'd buy a good house with it.
So another RS Turbo?
Yeah. RS Turbo
RS 2000?
RS 2000 Mark 5.
What's that little...
RS 2000 up there, it'd be a bit before your time, that. They were in my era then. They were my era.
Yeah,
I always wanted one of them. I always wanted one of them because a kid, never could afford one.
Yeah.
Obviously. And then Mustang Shelby.
Mustang Shelby.
And a couple of other bits about as well, what we have in other buildings here and there.
Yeah. So, I mean, you sold how many tractors?
60.
60 tractors a couple of weeks ago in an auction.
60 in auction. And, did really well. They sold very well. We're happy with what they did, yeah.
So we'll just take a quick look in the building where they sold from and what he's got left over, eh?
Yeah, come on, it's only over here. And then you've got the roller cola truck out there, what we does a lot of charity stuff for Christmas.
Oh, roller cola truck.
Yeah.
Roller cola truck, yeah. This is, big lad does pulling money and stuff.
Yeah, that's it. This comes out every Christmas for a charity job.
Yeah.
And we put it, I bought it for the collection, to having a collection of stuff like, and I bought it off a lad who had on Scania. And then when we got it, during COVID, when we usually have a Christmas ball, we couldn't have the ball because of COVID. So we ended up with Big Bill Hodson and pal of mine. He was pulling the sleigh and we were back up with that. And we dedicated it to my mate Creamy, who passed away at PGC. Peter Cordwell, yeah, and that's
Peter Cordwell.
That's the PGC bit on it there.
Right, PGC, as you can see there, guys. PGC.
Roller cola.
So
we nearly got in a bit of trouble with
that. It's Big Bill Hodgson, isn't it?
Big Bill, that's him.
Big Bill. Now he's some boy. I'm telling you now, he is some boy, isn't he? He's a man mountain. If you need anybody, you ring him.
Yeah, you want him on your side.
Yeah.
The fake brakes out.
He's the man.
These are what we've got left now.
These are all that's left.
These just didn't quite hit reserve, so they've come back home now. These, and what we'll do, we'll just paint it floor now in building. We'll steadily fill it up again.
For more tractors?
Yeah, we'll have another auction in 3 years or something.
Right, so it's just a good investment.
They're good investments, they return well, they're tangible, so you can get rid of them when you want them, get your money out of them.
Yeah.
When you want the money or when you want to.
Yeah. So this was actually full. In fact, guys,
full,
I'll play a little video of this at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah,
of what was actually in here.
It was full to nuts.
Wow.
We kept putting building up as we bought tractors, so it set off with this
yeah,
bit.
I'm just looking at building,
It set off with this bit,
so,
then you extended that way.
Yeah, so you've gone both ways with building extension.
Everywhere. One, he set off there where them windbraces are, one, then we put 2 more bays on it here, 1, 2.
Yeah.
Then we went that way, we won to the next set of columns.
Yeah.
And then we went backwards, down boundary line.
Yeah.
And then we went over that way, and then we put that last little bail nut end a few years ago. Planners went mad.
Just kept building.
What do you do?
Yeah. Wow.
But again, we've done a bit of charity stuff with this. We used to open it up one day a year as a heritage centre, let people come and have a look round, and they give a £5 a piece, sort of gate, and that goes to church locally.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah. That was the first one I bought many years ago.
First one there?
Yeah, that was the first one. I've kept that, obviously. It's on that trailer because it's a dog of a thing to start.
Yeah.
And I started it one day at garage, it shoved me through the door at Ring Gear. Shoved me through the door, broke 2 ribs. Sent me through the door and nearly killed me.
So you'll never part with that one?
No, that and that old wagon over there.
An old wagon over there?
That was my granddad's wagon, that, at one time.
Right.
We bought that.
Oh, you've got to keep that then, haven't you?
I bought that 20 odd years ago and painted it up with my granddad's name. Well, we found out it was my granddad's off the old logbooks, but I don't names on.
Yeah.
So we painted it up with my granddad's name on and that.
Yeah.
And then I got in a bit of bother with a kidnap thing a few years ago and had to sell it. It went with a load of other stuff to pay for barrister.
Right.
And anyway, then I managed to buy it back. We got not guilty, I managed to buy it back.
Yeah.
And that's it there now, and it'll never go now.
Yeah.
That's it.
So for the viewers, you are quite pal with Fox, aren't you?
Paul's a very good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Very good friend of mine.
Foxy. Yeah, he's good pals with.
Yeah, he's a good lad. We've been up some tricks with him over the years.
Yeah.
Ask him about the horse racing at Chester.
Ask him about the horse racing at Chester.
Yeah.
Right. Foxy,
Talking of horses, here, look.
Foxy, I'll be asking about the horse racing at Chester.
Yeah, the horse racing in Chester.
Right.
Should have put it each way. Now then, I like donkeys. Get these fellas.
How many is here?
7.
7 of them.
There's some of them going to the farm. I bought the original farm back and where my sister's living, so some are going there this summer.
Right.
We'll take 3 or 4 there. These are all young, really. They're all. These will be like 10. These 2, that white one and that one.
Yeah.
And then the rest will be like under 5.
Right.
They're nice, they're chilled, aren't they?
Yeah.
Placid.
Yeah.
Placid animals.
Yeah.
I spend many an hour talking to these at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you've had a bad day, come and talk to them.
Yeah, well,
It looks like they're listening at times.
Yeah. Well, talking about listening and talking, let's go and talk business.
Let's do it.
Come on. Okay, so hope you like that little clip of Pete Marquis there. Some character he is, I tell you now, and I'm pretty sure we'll get quite a bit of work off him in the future. So anyway, whilst you're watching that, we've made some trestles. That's the first thing you really need in a workshop, trestles and benches, and your electric. Now we've still no electric, so that door is an absolute mission to get up by hand. So we've got some loaded on the trailer here, as we're going to site today to build some farm gates, should we say. I'm not sure if they're going to be like feeder gates or not, but 50 by 50 box section. I've ordered a load of box to go to site, and we'll get up there and we'll use them to build the gates on. The van is loaded. Callum, you can finish lifting the rest of that door up because it's an absolute pain. And we'll get over to site. So here we are at a local farm, and pretty much need to make a couple of gates like this. Same style as that, should we say. To go over this gap here, as that new building has just been built by Warings. So we'll basically have to hinge off here, so to work out how we're going to hinge off here, because the bit wants to go back that way. I'll have to make a bit of an angle bracket in there or something, Cal. Put a hinge on it, straight across. Now then, that there it's quite offset, that building's quite offset from this stanchion here. So we'll probably have to make a bracket to come out at this end. Bracket to come out of here, down, to put the hinges on, to keep that in line. Otherwise the gates are going to be like that, if you will, from this position. So to keep them in line, we'll have to come out here like that. So steel has been delivered. We've got a nice little workshop to work in here. So 50 by 50 by 3 box section. We'll get a trestle set up in here, get up gear set up in here, and make a start. Alright, so we've got an opening of 11 metres there, so we'll have to do a bit of a bracket on this end to step it out, because it actually steps back about 400 mil. So this is the plan here. So if we've got 11 metre opening, we'll knock 120 a side off for the hinges, and we've got 1200 high. So that's pretty straightforward. Just make 2 gates at 5,380 by 1200, put a bit of an airframe in the middle, drill the ends for like an adjustable hinge, and then make a bit of a drop bolt system. So pretty straightforward really. Let's crack on. That's the first gate frame tacked together. Now we've got to cut some 45s to go in between here, and what we'll do, we'll set that box section at 45 and just clamp the one that's going in underneath it to this top one, and make it dead easy. But we forgot the chop saw. I should have said we haven't got a chop saw, but our Dan's got a chop saw, so we should have picked one up from his workshop this morning. But anyway, that's the gist of it. 2 of them to make, and then mount them. Right, so because we've got no chop saw, it makes it a little bit more difficult for us. We'll have to cut them with a 9-inch grinder, each one at a time, 45 degrees. So we get a nice snug fit inside the box sections. Now then, when you do come to do this, make sure you put a box section like that in the middle of the gate, so it stays at the distance, whatever the distance should be from top to bottom, yeah? Otherwise that could bow out or bow in, and when you come to put your bits in, it'll make it, they could be out, should we say. So always make it same in the central. So we've now got a few of them to cut, can't we, 9-incher, as you will see on the time lapse. So that's the first gate tacked up. Alan's just going to start welding that up now. Very good welders to have in the band, these little Warrior MIGs. I'm actually going to buy another one of them, and another gen set for a van. Probably be another Shindao, I'll be honest. And whilst he's doing that, I'll just fasten this little bracket clasp, shall we say, to the building here. Drill out and drill that on there. It matches. We've got a workshop for us, this, ain't it? If we ever needed to use it. Handy for us today anyway with the MIG. This is what I want one day. To live in the countryside with no neighbours kicking about. Anyway, I've just mounted this little gate latch on here. As you can see, two little holes straight forward. The first gate is done by the drop bolts. We'll do the drop bolts last when we've actually mounted them to the buildings. Let's just check it for square, Cal. Very square, lad. It should be bang on, but just check it now, it's welded. So what we at there? 5, 5, 10. See that, guys? 5, 5, 10. Yeah. 5, 5, 10. Hang on. So now what we'll do, we'll build the other gate on top of that one, and we have a little bit of a frame to make for one of the gates to go back to one of the stanchions. But then I've got to go to a meeting shortly, so a Zoom call meeting. The director's coming to pick me up with a very, very important sponsor, should we say, coming up. That I can't go into detail just yet, but I will let you guys know. We'll soon get these. We'll finish these today, won't we, making them, just fit them tomorrow. But yeah, Callum can't drive Little Blue yet, as it is a 5-ton van, but when he passes his test, I'm probably going to give him that van, yeah, to drive full time. As I don't, it's just parked up in the workshop, he might as well have it. But meanwhile, I'm going to probably buy him a little transit connector, something to drive around him till we get sorted out, He is my number one priority in all this, really. I've gone from a big salary to minimum wage, should we say, and he is the only man who's getting paid. So, and the director's gone on to a minimum wage as well till we get this up and running on its feet properly. For you guys out there, don't think I'm a rich man in any way, because I'm not. Yeah, I'm trying to build this business and make a success of it. So I really, really, really appreciate all the guys out there that are coming at us with work offers and stuff. And one thing I will say though is that we actually work as a team full time. So whilst we're out on the road, I want to keep us as a team till such a time that I can afford to buy another van and kit it out. So yeah, future looks good, but a few people out there trying to put a spanner in it works, but that's just the way it is, especially on social media as well. We've been quite big on social media. People get jealous, don't they? And there's a lot of people like that about, but I've got a hell of a lot more people backing me than that small margin that try and disrespect you, should we say. Anyway, let's get this next one together. Okay, so that's the first gate hung. As you can see, I've tried to keep it in line with the other gate. Well, it's bang on in line really, and it's exactly the same design as that gate there. Yeah, so we've just hung this now. This is the end of our second day, isn't it, Carl? End of our second day. So tomorrow we'll fetch the SDS drill, button that down, and then we'll make that little frame on the floor over there fit here. Again, the little frame, as you can see the box sections drop in there, they will all run in line with the gate, so it's all flush at the top. You know what I mean? So, as you will see, but tomorrow will be Wednesday in this chapter, and whether we should do dailies or not, I don't know, Carl, because you know we might get enough content to do dailies, but as people say, Monday, Tuesday, you know what I mean, that's what I'm saying. But I don't know if we'll do that or not. We'll see how it pans out. We've still got a lot of planning and building to do with the infrastructure. And yeah, it's been a good day today, hasn't it? Enjoyed it, yeah. Yeah, so long as Callum enjoys it too. It's a little bit different being back on the tools full time. Like, you'll see me on the tools all the time now, whereas before I was more managing it, weren't I? You know what I mean? So now you'll see what I'm capable of myself personally, and that is just one day's work. And I had to nip out to that meeting before, which was a very good meeting, by the way, and the guys I went to see want to do a full standalone episode for you, so that's even better for you guys, and it's a really good idea what I've come up with, so stay tuned for that one. Right, Cal, let's go. So we just landed back the following morning. Just going to mount the drop bolt now to this side of the gate. Down there. And then we'll get this one hung outside. There's a couple other jobs for us to do here, including a bucket repair. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that here or take it back to the shop yet, as we have now got power within the workshop. So that is just 50 by 50 by 3 box section there, for anybody that wanted to know. Dead straightforward. It has pulled a little bit on the bottom box section, so we've had to put some like little heat spots to try and pull it back a little bit. Can you see there? And so if any of you wanted to hire us, yeah, we would go anywhere within the country to do any job, whether it's plant fitting, making a small garden gate, making a structural steel building. It doesn't matter what it is, anything to do with steel work and welding and fabricating, we are your men to do it. And if you want to put it on camera, we can put it on camera for you and do a nice little YouTube video on it. If you don't want it on camera, that's totally fine. We can go to a job and with no cameras, it doesn't matter to us. Yeah, we're here to build a business. Obviously YouTube is a big part of that business, so I'm finding the majority of calls coming in are wanting the cameras, so which is great because it gives you guys more content, and yeah, I'm hoping to travel all over the country to do jobs for people. So if you're watching this video now and think, oh, I don't mind having that guy on my site doing a job, drop us a message and I'll come back to you and we'll get the job done. Let's get this gate hung. So just a little update where we're up to so far. We've got both gates hung now. So So what we've done, we've made that little box section frame there that Callum's just welding to run in line with the gates, so it all looks pretty basically. And the reason for that step there is because it to keep these gates in line with that building there in a straight line basically. Customer didn't want them on an angle, should we say, from this building to that building. They wanted it to step out and straight down that way. Oh, we've doing that. Just hold on a sec, Cal. We're doing what we've done. Always put a fixing on the floor like that. Otherwise, with the weight coming up, the weight of that gate will push that box section back this way, if you know what I'm saying. Also, we've braced it at the top. Just needs to be cleaned up yet, as you can see, spatter there. That's for welding to galv, really. And we've braced it there. So that is nice and solid now, that gate. Both gates are nice and solid. We've just got to drill the drop bolts. Bit of cleaning up here and there, de-spatter, and then we will paint them. Well, there also is a couple more other jobs here for us to do whilst we're here, which is great. So we've got the bubble in there, look. We've got a bucket that needs the bosses replacing in it, so I've run my little Indian father up, ordered the bosses, and I will fly over there because he will get them done for me today. And we've got this little 8-ton digging bucket here that wants a new floor in it. So what we'll do whilst we're here today is cut the floor out of that, do a template and take it away with us. The customer doesn't want the edge replacing, just wants a new floor within that bucket there. So we could either take the bucket and put it on the trailer to the workshop and do it, or do it here. So there is some other jobs to do here, so I don't know if we'll get it all done today. Depends how we get on today, and then we'll make a decision whether we take that with us or not. There's quite a few jobs here, to be fair. Phone's slowly quieting down to what it was like at Hurt Plant, should we say, but only good phone calls of people wanting to come and do jobs for them, so which is fantastic for a new company to get up and running like we're getting up and running now. You know, we've only built some trestles in the workshop, haven't we? You know, only just got power on, and people want us out on site doing jobs for them. So future looks good for Welderfabber. Alright, so on the same job we've also got a little Hymac machine here that you see that boss size there, that's only 50mm pin size. That one there is like 65, but he wants to put that pin in that hole. So I'm just getting 2 new bosses made now off my little Indian father, you know what I mean, little Arvin. So then he can use both holes on this bucket. Yeah, at the minute he can only use that one, and he wants to use that one. So we'll take ourselves over to Bolton and get some bosses made up, come back, cut them off, weld them on, whilst Callum is painting the gates. So I've just got 2 Arvins, AJS engineering at Bolton here, the old local works, and little fella's not here at the minute, he's had to nip out somewhere. But here is the boss that they've made for us. Now then, I did tell him it's 50mm on phone, it's actually not 50mm. Good job I brought the pin with me, because that pin is actually 2-inch. As you can see, won't fit. So we'll just open them up, these two bosses. Now one of them has a lock hole in the centre that I'll show you in a minute, and then we can get back and get them fitted. Definitely a good job I brought pin now. I've made that mistake before, I won't make it again. Well, this is the one with the lock hole that's just been opened up to 2-inch. Beautiful. So 2 inches, like 50.8, so basically 51 mil, yeah. Just opening that last boss up there. Now that should be perfect to go. Let's just check it. Beautiful. Now then, I need some material to make a drift. So I've got a little bit of bar there. And now I need a handle for it, because I have a couple of pins to change on the machine as well. So obviously when you're knocking pins out, you need a good drift to hit with a sledgehammer, yeah? So I'll get a little bit of bar whilst I'm here to make a drift. Okay, so I just landed back with the old Hymac there. Callum has painted the gates. So what we'll have to do is cut these off. Well, I'll take this bucket off, see if that pin will move there, that top pin. If that top pin will move, that'll make it a lot easier to take the bucket off and cut the bosses off. Basically just weld 2 new ones on. Same as them. See if that pin will move first though. Then also we've got the pin to move up here. Take that pin out there and move the rams down to that lower hole. So that could be a challenge on an old machine. We'll give it a do. Old Hymac here. Okay, so also on the old Hymac, the dipper ram pin. Locked up within there and broke the flag. So what we'll do, we'll either make a new flag, or that might actually pull back, Cal, thinking about it. Looking at this, we could, it's got a bad weld on it, you see, so we could grind that weld off, put a little bit of heat in this spot here and pull it back round, dead easy. So yeah, the weld that's been on there has had no penetration basically. So I'm surprised that come out quite as easy as it did, you know what I mean? Because it must have locked up somehow for it to break the flag, like it's broke the flag. But it won't take much to be fair really, because it's got a bad weld on it. Anyway, we'll get that done first before we start the bucket. So that's the flag now done and back on. If you can see that within the sun there, I'm not too sure. We've got the bosses off the bucket. Gone back to the original hanger. So some bosses go right through to the other side of the hanger like them ones do. They go through to the other side and step in slightly. You'd like to call this boxing. And step in slightly, can you see? Whereas this one doesn't. So we could have done That's my phone going off in my pocket, Siri. Right, so as you can see, that hanger there, the boss steps through it slightly, about a millimetre. So really it should have a millimetre shim go back in this side up there. It won't really matter as the machine's only being used twice a year for shows. So we'll just diagram that little bit off there. And then we'll put these new bosses back on and get the machine back together. Nice and easy. So Callum's just welding the bosses in now with the Warrior inverter. You get any wind? Bit of wind. So if you do get any porosity with the weld, just grind it out like you've just got a tiny bit there on that corner. Other than that, bang on. Then we'll flip the bucket over and do the other side. So that's this little Hymac 580C finished off. Nice and easy, straightforward, simple machine back in the day, weren't they? Just knock the pin out, knock the pin back in, change the boss. So we left that one up there. We just fixed the flag on the top of the dipper pin. And then we did the bosses on the bucket. All went dead straightforward, nice and easy, no problems at all. So that little 8-ton bucket that I showed you earlier that wants repairing, we are going to put that on the trailer now and take that back to our little shop, and we'll do the repair on that tomorrow. And yeah, so I think we're getting near to the end of a chapter here now, so we'll get the van wrapped up, get the bucket on the trailer, get back to the shop. Alright, so we've got this little 8-tonner bucket off here now. Just whip that bottom out of it. Could even put a flat bottom in that, Cal. As the bottom does butt up to that edge there, right, we could overlap it on the inside just to give us that little bit more on the edge here, on the outside, as we will show you as we do it. But we could put a flat bottom in it, or we could just put a bit of a bend on it. I mean, the customer he's not fussed, do you know what I mean? Just a quick job basically. So this is our little shop, shall we say, and we have got power. One socket and one 240 socket. As you can see, we're starting from the ground up. Yeah, and I'd just like to make a point of Callum's been using the DJI and I've been using it. The director's not been filming this week because obviously there's a lot of stuff going on in the background and he's sorting all the paperwork side of things out. You've not really seen anything of our Dan because he's doing his own thing in his own workshop. So we've still got that move to do where we both come into one workshop, yeah. It will be a lot better for both of us when we are both in one workshop because there'll be a lot more content for you guys, put it that way. So you'll see structural steel and plant. So yeah, the director's been sorting all the account side of things out, and we need an ops license for the van, all the insurances. Do you know what I mean? It's like all these costs adding up, do you know. I'll be honest with you, the first day, I mean it's Wednesday today, the first day it was a bit like, at the end of the first day I was drained because I couldn't sleep on the Sunday night, and I was thinking, well, what have I took on here? Do you know what I mean? But really we're on the ground running, aren't we? Do you know, so we've loads of work on. I'm going to look at a job tomorrow. I'll take Callum with me, and it's probably 2 weeks' work for us. So, and it's an on-site job, so that's belting really, because you know, we do need to do the move into the workshop, but I'm not bothered if that can wait. Do you know what I mean? We've only got one socket. The door's not even wired up yet. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, the director's doing a lot of work in the background, and he will be back on the camera soon. So I hope this DJI footage looks all right for you guys. So yeah, I think we'll end this chapter now. It's only Wednesday this week, and we'll start the next chapter tomorrow. So please let us know if you're liking this journey. Yeah, please hit that like button and subscribe if you've not already subscribed. And I really do appreciate all you guys that have subscribed and watch my videos each week. Now that I am back on the tools, you are going to see a lot more of my skills, and yeah, it's like, I don't know, I kind of like love it being back on the tools, and I've not got all that hassle within the background of all the men and all the drivers and all the operators and everything else that goes on. It's just me and Callum, yeah. And you guys are seeing it. It is going to be me, Callum, and Dan and everybody else eventually. But at the moment, it's just me and Callum that you're watching, and it probably will be just like that for a couple of weeks, to be fair. So yeah, cheers for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next one.